praise your name in all the earth.
Here we are, His Space, Mind, Body, and Soul with Melissa Metcalf Leroy, and this is a summer cooking session.
Yes.
We talked about health and well-being and ways to eat, and you're going to go over a lot of things that you taught Tammy and I about eating, and Tammy's really diligent, and I'm blessed to have her the way she cooks meals for me and prep meals for me. So we're going to go over some of that cooking and prepping and how you can make eating healthy really easy for you. So I'm going to step here to the side. I'll be stepping in asking you questions. But this is Melissa's summer cooking tips, and here you go.
All right. Well, thanks, Dave.
I love peppers.
So I'm telling you, right, vegetables. So everyone, when Dave first asked me to do this segment with him, and thank you again, Dave, for having me. It's an honor to be here. Your lovely home with you and Tammy this afternoon. We wanted to talk about how do you eat for summer, particularly since this is a summer segment. We're out here on this beautiful patio of Dave and Tammy's. And one of the things that I consistently see and hear from people all the time is I'm not a big fan of vegetables. And so the camera crew that we have here today, Dave, right, they were asking me about this. What do you think about this diet? What do you think about this diet? Everything. And you know me, I don't advocate for diets, right? It has to be a lifestyle change. So I really advocate for healthy nutritional options. So a lot of this journey with me is writing down what you're eating, right? So you need to be honest with yourself, right, of what you're eating and what you're drinking, your activity level, right? And even kind of what we're talking about, our mental state, right, Dave? We need to be able to be honest about that. So when we start this journey, and when I started my journey in this weight loss and becoming the healthier version of myself in order to sustain myself, to help others, I still continue to write down what I eat, what I do, what I drink. And so when I ask clients and patients to give me these food logs, the number one thing that is missing is vegetables. I'm like, where are the vegetables, right? You remember back in the 80s or early 90s, wasn't it like, where's the beef, that commercial, right? But instead, we really need to be eating more vegetables. And so I advocate we need a pound of vegetables a day. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? So you can see Dave over here, he's kind of munching on some, right? Some vegetables.
I love vegetables.
Yeah.
So I always thought that I ate healthy. I love vegetables, but I love candy as well.
Right.
But you make vegetables seem sexy.
Yes.
And the way you make them, you teach new ways to cook them, to eat them. And Tammy can do the most wonderful things with vegetables now. So what you're going to get into now, I love raw vegetables, but cooked vegetables, I've never been a big zucchini guy, but the zucchini that you're going to cook is so tasty.
Yes.
So as I nibble on these raw veggies, I'm going to let you get into this, this menagerie you got over there.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
So we want to talk about vegetables, and like you said, zucchini, right? So we're in the summer season, right? So we need to eat according to the season, right? So with vegetables, I mean, zucchini, you can plant a zucchini even in a front flower bed here, right? The climate that we have in Rutherford County in western North Carolina is ideal for growing zucchini. But then you also have a plethora, right, of zucchini. So when you're in kind of the growing season, you have all these zucchini, what do you do with it, right? So you can also preserve zucchini even for the winter months as well, right? So even when we don't have zucchini coming in, it's not summer, it's a winter, we can also preserve it. And so I do a lot of different things. I just can them like in a water bath. So I'm going to put them in a little bit of vinegar, some salt and water, and then you can pickle them, bring them out of the jar, out of the mason jar. You can rinse them and then grill them exactly what I'm going to do. Or you can freeze them. Now, if you're going to freeze zucchini, what you want to do is you want to cut them just like I just did, and then freeze them individually, right, with a sheet of parchment paper on a cookie tray in the freezer. So they're frozen individual.
But I never thought you could freeze vegetables.
Oh, it's wonderful. Wonderful. Really? And then you can cook them straight from frozen. right? So you bring them out of the freezer, you can cook them exactly how I'm going to show you. So what you said, Dave, was flavor, right? So the reason why most people do not like vegetables is they're just kind of bland. There's no flavor involved, right? So what I advocate for is herbs. So you see here today I brought a lot of herbs from my herb garden. And again, the climate here is perfect for growing herbs. They winter over beautifully in this climate. So in this jar, we've got a lot of different things happening. We've got some chives here. We've got parsley, lavender, rosemary, oregano, and tarragon. I think that's all that's in here. There might be some more sneaking out somewhere.
And the smell.
The smell is amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
Wow. Tammy, I know on our patio around here, she's got she got a bourbon plant. She's got thyme, oregano, and all these different.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's just it. And you know what? They fight mosquitoes as well.
They do.
Yeah.
They certainly do,
Yeah.
yes. So with the oils, right? So we've talked about oils, and you and Tammy actually attended some of the meal prep courses that I do with Lifestyles Gym here in Forest City. And I love using different infused oils, right, with the vegetables. I love marinating lean protein with this fish, right? So this is actually the ginger and black garlic, which is phenomenal. And so it's so super simple. So you kind of see here, we've got the Blackstone, right? I already started.
This stuff is so good you can drink it.
You really can. You really can. I
I
don't know
think-
that I'd advocate for that,
But
but
this is the Uptown Olive in Shelby,
Shelby,
North Carolina. And
yeah.
this is
Yeah.
phenomenal stuff.
Yeah.
And it's a great
and
tip.
and it's a great small business, you
Yes.
know. And so the owner is super nice there. In all different flavors, they allow you to taste test, right? So if you're kind of like, Melissa and Dave, I'm not sure about this flavor,
Yeah.
go up there and taste it. I guarantee you your mind will be changed, right? So real simple, you have herbs growing in your garden, right? Or even maybe in a container, okay? You don't have to have a full-fledged garden here. Just some fresh herbs. We're just gonna put some zucchini on here. We're just gonna drizzle some of this extra virgin olive oil on the zucchini, and this is how quick and easy it is. So when everybody says, oh, Melissa, I don't really have time for dinner, this is why I go through fast food, right? This is why
you
right?
run through McDonald's, right?
Exactly, right? And that's going to come up, isn't it? Probably. With my journey, I'm very open about that.
Yeah.
So we're just going to sprinkle some herbs. Now, fresh herbs, remember, I mean, it's going to be pretty pungent, but that's okay, right? Herbs are great as a digestive aid. Did you know that, Dave?
Tammy educated me
Yes,
on the
yes,
digestive
right?
part of herbs.
Yeah. And so then we're just going to drizzle just a little bit of oil on the zucchini, and we're just going to put it on the Blackstone. Now, the trick to vegetables is a lot of people overcook vegetables, so you don't want to overcook it. We don't want to cook out all of the wonderful vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, right? So we just want to saute it. So vegetables along with lean protein, we always either want to grill, bake, or broil, never fried, right? Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to get this on the Blackstone, and when we come back, you'll get to see the finished product.
Here we go.
All right. It's going to be really nice and hot for it. And we're just going to let this saute.
The macros and the micros. I didn't realize how many vegetables I was supposed to eat to maintain a healthy.
Yes.
Because as I said, I lost 22 pounds in 3 months, simply because I was simply giving my body exactly what it asked for. I wasn't eating a lot less food. I was actually eating more food.
More food.
But I was giving my body. So why is it so important? Because I have less of a focus. I still eat meat, not a vegetarian. The balance between the two. Talk to us about that a little bit.
Sure. So the balance between the two is the macros. And a macro nutrition plan is different for everybody. And it's based upon what we were talking about earlier, the blood work. So basically what I see with the blood work as to how much you need, protein versus, carbs versus fats. So that's your macro, right? What percentage?
Yep.
And then the micros deal with things such as vitamin B, vitamin D, sodium, right? Found in food. So then what is that perfect balance as well? And everyone's different. That's why fad diets such as keto doesn't work for everybody, right? Paleo doesn't work for everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's different. Look how God made us completely different.
Your fingerprint is
That's
yours.
right.
And that was the biggest takeaway for me
Yeah,
was my blood work is mine.
that's right.
My body is made the way it, and because Tammy, who's sitting right over here, Tammy can have salmon.
Right.
I need whitefish.
Yeah.
Explain that. Why is that?
Sure.
I love salmon, but it's not really what my body wants.
That's not what your body wants because salmon is high in fat. Right? So some people can digest, right, and absorb fat easily. Some people cannot. That's why when I mentioned the keto diet earlier, right, that's why some people who start keto can lose weight, other people gain it.
What your body wants.
It's what your body wants. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's where a nutritionalist comes in to help, right, sort through all that.
Yeah. So I eat more whitefish. Now I love pork chops, but Tammy's like, no, you have to get the pork loin and be the lean
That's
pork.
right. Lean pork.
So it's so good to have her in this journey with me, because it's not that I want to cheat, but she really keeps me. Yeah, I think it's good to partner for husbands and wives to partner in this
That's
journey.
right.
That
Oh,
makes sense.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You need that support person, but you also need that accountability
Yeah.
as well. Yeah,
we need
that's
that
important.
spiritually as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But I love raw veggies. So, talk to us about eggs.
Oh, eggs.
Are
yes.
all eggs the same?
All eggs are not the same, actually. So that's a great question. Eggs that you typically get in grocery stores, unless they are advertised as farm fresh, are typically months old. So farm fresh eggs are always going to be the best for you because they're going to be fresh, number one, right? Free range, of course, also, so that way the chickens are not under any type of stressful situations. And eggs are actually, particularly for women, one of the easiest sources of protein to digest and absorb.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I learned this doing a session over at ICC with the lady who runs the farming
Yeah.
portion. There is a sheep over an egg that light gets into. Yeah. There's a lot to know about an egg.
There's a lot.
All eggs are not made the same.
They're not, just like we're not made the same, right? We keep coming back to that, but that's so
Yeah.
true. That's so true.
All eggs are not made the same.
No.
Now that's looking very tasty.
Isn't that looking tasty? And
Yeah.
it's almost done here.
You see, I could.
So it's not cooked to death, right? We've just kind of sauteed it. It's got a nice little brown, and what's really added kind of this brown color to it is that extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah.
So that flavor is just going to pop.
Now, Tammy and I come out here and enjoy dinner, and I'm putting that ribeye on, but ribeye is not really the steak for me anymore.
No, it's not. Too much fat.
Too much fat.
Too much
So
fat.
now I've sort of segued to a New York strip,
Yeah.
something a little leaner,
Yeah.
because it was you explicitly told me lean meats, leaner, Dave, leaner,
Leaner.
less fat.
That's right. That's right.
I was gonna say I don't mind a little marble in my steak, but when you really drizzle down to what's good for your body and what's best for your body,
Yes.
you have to start looking at these things, I think, and
is true.
that's what I've picked up.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Here we go. So this would be the perfect side, right,
Yep.
for dinner. And so a lot of times at our house, Chris and I, this is what we do, is we do lean protein.
Yeah.
So fish, shrimp, veggies,
Yep.
right?
Boy, that looks tasty.
Yeah, and you can still see that we've still got a little bit of the herbs on there as well. And so it's just going to even enhance the flavor.
I gotta have some of that.
Be careful, it's going to be warm.
Mm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, really good.
Zucchini made well. Very healthy.
Very healthy.
I think zucchini's on my list.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do next?
So next what we're going to do is, like I was saying earlier, right, we need a pound of vegetables
That is good.
a day. I know.
A pound a day.
Pound a day. So how do you get a pound of vegetables, right,
How do we do that?
into your daily routine? Well, number one, we have to start off with a healthy breakfast, okay? So there's a lot of people out there who skip breakfast, okay? And that's not healthy because our bodies, when we sleep, that's when our thyroid is most active, is when we sleep. So our thyroid controls our metabolism and it controls our adrenal system as well. So when we are waking up from the sleep, the slumber of the previous night, our thyroid has basically expended just about everything that we've fed it. So now we need to start a day fresh and new. So if you think about it spiritually, right, Dave? What's one of the first things that you do when you get up in the morning?
First thing we do is Tammy and I, we go into devotion. I go to prayer. And Tammy and I go into devotion and prayer.
Right.
Because you have to reset.
And you have to feed, right, your mind and your soul.
You have to feed that spiritual man.
Yeah.
And
so we also have to feed our body.
Yeah.
Right?
What it wants, what it needs.
What it needs.
The body doesn't need a bunch of pancakes with syrup in the morning.
Or cereal.
Or cereal.
Right? That's sugar and sugar.
Oh, no more Cocoa Pops.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Not at all. I love cocoa. I love a Frosted Flakes. I can't eat that anymore.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
So how we get vegetables in the morning, right? So we could certainly chop up some more zucchini if we wanted to and put it in the omelet, but we've got some other things here that have already been wonderfully prepared by Tammy here. As we've got some bell pepper here, we have some mushrooms and we have some spinach, and then of course farm fresh eggs. This is actually from a farm here, my sister's farm right here in Rutherfordton. So we're
here's
just
the
gonna.
beautiful thing about this dish.
Yes.
Is I'm going to show everyone when you get done.
Yeah.
And as a baseball umpire, I want to have my umpiring friends. Tammy, when I go on a baseball trip, she would pack three of these for each morning, so I don't have to eat those powdered eggs at the hotel.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
or the bagel, or the
yeah.
English muffin with
so we're gonna get
jelly.
We're going to get into what I eat. This is what I eat every morning.
Yep.
And my lovely wife cooks this for me, and she eats it as well. And it gets our day started. And it's really the cornerstone of what we do. And we'll get into the fruit in a second once we get this in here.
Absolutely.
And this thing will pack and it will travel as long as you have a fridge in the hotel room.
That's right.
And it's very good.
And we're going to be talking about that also. So you can actually pre-make this as well, right?
Food prep.
You can just heat that over, right, in the hotel room.
That's really tasty.
And that's what I do.
Yeah.
Is I actually, how I continue this journey and maintain the weight loss and my healthy lifestyle is I don't go through the fast food drive-thrus anymore. I rarely go out to eat. I take a cooler with me everywhere I go, even to family functions.
You know what that reminds me of?
Yes.
In a spiritual group, we talk about when you get closer to God, things change. Things you watch on TV change, the music you listen to changes, and the people you hang with changes, and your habits change.
Yep.
Same thing with this diet.
Yes.
Tammy and I, we love to go out and find a healthy place to go eat.
Yes.
We go to Maples on Main.
Oh.
It's a really good place. Have a really good healthy salad up there.
Yes.
But we very rarely go out because we like to cook healthy right here at home.
Yeah.
So your lifestyle changes.
Exactly. Yeah. And so you could make this actually into an omelet. I like using, and this is one of Tammy's little ramekins here, I like just putting the eggs in there and baking it on the black stone.
What'd you call that?
A little ramekin.
The little guy has a name.
He has a name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just pouring this in here, you can do it on any type of grill, Blackstone, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And I actually even do this in muffin tins in the oven during the winter months. So I'm just going to make just little egg bakes, right? And so then it's going to fit perfectly, right?
Yeah.
Right in your dish over here. So I'm going to turn around real quick, get this on the Blackstone. Okay. It's just going to kind of cook there for just a little bit. I'm just going to kind of cover it.
And I'm going to put something on the Blackstone.
I'm just going to cover it here just a little bit.
I'm going to put something on here that I want to share with everyone in a bit. A little venison there.
Yes.
And we'll let that cook a little bit.
We're going to let that cook. Okay. And then so let's talk about, while that egg is cooking then, Dave, let's talk about your little meal prep box here.
So, on that meal prep box.
Yeah, so this is a nice little size here. I love this size.
So what we do is Tammy will put that omelet in here, okay?
Yeah.
And that omelet will travel.
Yep.
And I don't think we brought the hot sauce out, but talk to us a minute.
Sure.
All hot sauces are not the same.
No, they're not the same.
Talk, because Tammy found the hot sauce. And you told me something that stuck with me, girl. You said, if you cannot read it, You
and
cannot
pronounce
it.
Put it back.
Put it back.
Put it
You
back.
don't need to put it in your body.
Or if it has more than 5 ingredients,
Put it back.
Put it back. Because what is a zucchini? A zucchini.
It's a zucchini. No
Right.
other added ingredient. So start looking at hot sauce.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, mercy.
So there are hot sauces that basically have 2 ingredients.
Yep.
Peppers and food color.
Yeah.
So what's up with that?
You know, I could get into a huge story here about, you know, nutrition in this country and, you know, the FDA and the whole approval
Yeah.
process, but I'll spare you those details,
Well,
right?
Another segment on that.
Another segment on that.
Yeah.
But what you said was bringing it back,
Yep.
right? So if you're going to eat clean and a lifestyle change, make it yourself, right? So Tammy and I were talking earlier about barbecue sauce, right? And barbecue sauce is full of a lot of sugar or hidden sugar like maltodextrin, sucralose, right? All of those. Find a simple recipe where you can make it yourself, or you know where the ingredients are coming from. It's clean. There's not any preservatives in there. There's no MSGs, right? Which have a tendency to inhibit digestion in the majority of people in this country.
So we don't realize what those additives are doing
Correct.
to our gut
Right.
health. Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
a lot of the additives and preservatives are chemicals.
Yeah.
It's not like you can read on the back of a label it's lemon juice, right? So when you're preserving things and canning things, right, we use vinegar and we use lemon juice, right? Those are simple, one ingredient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good tip.
Yes, very good tip.
So
So let's talk about this.
let's talk about this. So part of what Tammy does is she will prep my omelets.
Uh-huh.
Or we'll prep my
Yeah.
omelets. But she'll let me give me a bowl of fruit.
Fruit, yes.
Now, you asked me a question. You said, Dave, do you like apples? I said, yeah, I love apples. I remember when I was a kid, Mom would buy apples and I'd eat like the whole bag.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was healthy. Probably was fairly healthy. You like oranges? I love in the winter the little light-skinned fruit orange juice oranges from
Yes.
Florida.
Yes.
They suck the juice and then I eat the whole peeling. I love oranges. You said, well, they're not for you. And I looked at Tammy, I'm like, this lady lost her mind. You said your body, so you looked at my blood work and you said your body doesn't need seeded fruit. It needs
Berries.
vine fruit, fruits that grow on a vine. Blackberries,
Yep.
strawberries.
Strawberries. Yep.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
blueberries are in there. Absolutely. Yeah.
So
Yes.
explain that to us.
Sure. So berries here, like you can see, these are actually lower in glycemic index, and they are very high in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals, in which our body wants. So when you start thinking about apples, right, most people grow apples that are huge, right? So how do you get an apple that big, right?
You
Some
sow it.
type of growth enhancer, right, typically.
So there's not a little kid under the tree praying.
No,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
right? And the organic apple's even the same, right?
Yep,
I
yep.
mean, they're an entire apple, right, is
Yep.
probably not going to fit in the palm of your hand,
Wow.
right? So if you cut an apple in half, right, usually half of an apple is one serving because everybody's different. So hold out your hand for a second
I have a
Dave, for
big
the
hand.
camera, right?
I have a big hand.
So this is my serving size.
Yep.
That's your serving size.
Okay.
See the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But what do most people do when they get an apple? They eat the whole thing.
Eat the whole apple.
They eat the whole apple, right?
Yeah.
So apples and oranges are the highest glycemic index fruit,
Yep.
right? But these are low glycemic index.
Yep.
And then with the added, right, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. And this is a great thing to take, particularly for summer, right? To those summer parties. Like, so whether it's the church function, the
Yep.
homecoming churches, or even somebody wants to do like a potluck, like what we're doing here, right? This
Yep.
afternoon on the patio here. What can you take that you can eat and other people will like
Yeah.
as well,
And
right?
it's very pretty.
It's
Yeah.
very pretty. And so we have this mint here, this spearmint from the garden, and you can just kind of rub the leaves and just, oh, it smells so good, right? I mean, so you can easily take just this,
Ooh, that is good.
okay? And you can, if you had a pair of herb shears, you could do that, but you can actually just peel it apart just within your hands. Put this in there, drizzle that with honey. It makes a beautiful presentation for any party that you're going to. You can take this, people eat it up. People constantly comment and come up to me and say, oh my gosh, what did you do with the fruit?
Yeah.
I want that recipe. And I'm like, it's so simple,
Wow.
right? It's so simple.
Well, and the amazing thing with everything that you're doing
Yeah,
is how simple it is.
yes.
It does take time when you're prepping and you want to eat healthy, not just at home,
Right.
but you're busy. You're extremely busy. I'm extremely busy, and Tammy's on the go. So how do you prep meals that you can pack and take? You have to set aside the time to prep
That's
them,
right.
but they're way more efficient than
Yes.
the alternative,
And it's actually costs you less money.
and it costs you less money.
So we're saving money.
And I tell you, the beautiful thing about Tammy is I'll look and say, what do we spend on groceries? And I'm like, it's going down.
I know.
It's going down.
Yes.
It is literally going down because we're eating what our body wants, when it wants it.
Right.
And we're being strict about it. And people think, well, diets can't be afforded. You can't afford
Or
diets.
a healthy lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
Or an organic, right?
Yeah, they see
lifestyle.
organic, well,
They,
more-
we've got to pay
No.
more money, and that's not true.
So you don't have to go to the store to get organic.
No.
You can grow it right here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right here. This
Just in a
is-
container.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing about the fruit really hit me. So this is my go-to. So I have my omelet in here.
Yes.
Pack this bad boy up. I have 3 of these in a cooler of ice. I get to the hotel. I put them in the fridge.
Yep.
I wake up that morning, do my stretching. Call Tammy. We do our devotion. Pop this bad boy off and put some hot sauce on that egg omelet, and I'm good.
Good for. Yep.
I'm good for 3 hours.
Yes.
But
That's
then
right.
I'll get into what comes next in a minute. But you're finishing
Yep.
your egg thing here.
Let's see how it's doing. We might have to do this omelet style.
Yeah, let's do it omelet
Let's do
style.
it omelet style.
As I prep my stuff over here.
Yep. Make sure I can dump this out. Let's see.
I got a glove.
You got a glove?
Yep, I think I have a glove somewhere.
We'll just do it omelet style here.
We'll do this.
There we go. That's getting done. Perfect. All right. So in the interest of time, we're going to do this omelet style.
Okay.
I probably should have put down some oil, but that's okay. It's going to be an egg scramble.
The point is,
The point is, you can easily meal prep this, right?
yep,
For the week.
yep. Put it over there.
Perfect. Thank you, Dave. Yeah. So, Dave, I know that we talked about a little bit about my journey, and I think we've talked about a little bit about the doctor that helped me with my journey, that I had the honor and privilege of working with for many years. And what I love about this omelet is it kind of showcases one of the things that he taught me, right? Was that what you want to do in addition to eating a pound of vegetables a day is that you also want to eat the rainbow.
Explain that.
So different vegetables, depending upon the color, have different higher levels of macros and or micronutrients, right? So vitamins, minerals, antioxidants. So that's always a great thing is you want to eat, right, all the colors of the rainbow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so when we talk about vegetables and how vegetables, right, are really good for you, that's what we need to focus on. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen your little egg souffle things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of key into the omelet.
You
anyway,
like the
so
omelet,
omelet's
yeah.
good. That'll be good. Yes, that's
Yeah.
really nice.
So you can also jump on the food blog as well,
Yeah.
and many, many recipes there.
So if you go to onfirehealing.com
Yep.
and you just check out your food
Food
blog,
blog, recipes, pictures,
recipes.
even actually some sample meal plans
Wow. Yeah.
with grocery lists.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. A lot of nice resources there that you can easily just incorporate into your daily life.
Yep.
Yeah.
So when that's ready,
When that's ready, we'll put
we'll
it
put
in
it
there.
in here.
It's getting there.
It's getting there. So this is the kind of thing that we'll take and I'll put it in here and we'll pack it up and it travels with, that's my breakfast.
Yes.
And it's easy to do. We have one of these every morning and I really want to get some hot sauce and eat this one.
Right now?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right now.
But because
Well-
the thing about it is when you're eating this way,
Yeah.
and when you're hungry, you're hungry for what you need,
That's right.
and you get used to. And so it's not about I don't feel like eating this omelet today. No, this omelet is really what you want. You say, well, you eat an omelet every day. Well, I want something different. Tammy gets on to me. She says, "Why the protein balls you're getting ready to make? The German chocolate. That's my sugar fix now. I don't want any other protein ball." He said, "Well, try the cookie dough. I could try them all, but I'm going to eat the one I like." And that's just the way, that's sort of the way I'm built.
Yeah.
And that's okay, isn't it?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and that's the way that most people are built as
Yeah.
well. And I think this is done.
So we put that in here,
We're going to put it in.
and
And it's ready.
at the end of the day, there's an omelet.
Yes.
And what she'll do is she'll put the fruit right there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put a lid on that bad boy,
And there you go.
and there is breakfast. We'll make about 3 of these for a weekend, and you know, I go down to the hotel and get a coffee. Everybody's like, "Well, this dude's not hungry." They have no idea.
Yeah.
But
That's
this
right.
this is great. This is beautiful. So next we're gonna come back and we're gonna cook some protein balls. We're gonna make some protein balls.
That's right.
Because one thing we talked about is, one thing you told me is, "Dave, you like candy?" I'm like, "How does she know?" I love candy. Now that I've been eating protein balls, and I can have like 4 protein balls a day.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I feel like I need a sugar fix, I eat a protein ball, and it immediately goes away.
Yes.
Now, I had to have my wife, Tammy, call you and say, "Look, these protein balls are great, but can I put nuts in them?
Right.
Can I put coconut?"
Yeah.
And we got all the approved ingredients, things I love.
Yes.
And there's honey in there, natural local honey. So I can't wait to show everybody how to make these protein balls. They're on your site as well.
They are.
So we're getting ready to transition to the protein balls,
Protein balls.
and we're gonna finish up this summer session. And then
Yes.
I got something going on here with deer venison that I'm gonna show you. All my friends that's out on the patio and want to cook up a healthy meal.
For the family.
That's
Yes.
something you taught me without actually teaching me.
Awesome.
Well, I learned how to eat this thing, so I'm gonna share it with them as well. But we're
Nice.
gonna go with the protein ball.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's do it.
let's do it.
Gloria is your name in all the